February 23rd, daily vlog episode number 56. We are all headed to Chick-fil-A, 3 vans, the whole team except for Angela. She decided to go shopping with my mom and the kids. But we're headed out to Chick-fil-A right now. We're going to be doing the tile and grout in both the front of house and back of house, wall to wall, all of it. It's a big old job. It's going to take us several hours. And then we're doing the upholstered cushions as well. So there's some upholstered back cushions in the restaurant that we clean also. This is a very regular cleaning for us. We do this every quarter, and it should be a really good show. So enjoy the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please take a second and go ahead and mash that thumbs up down below. Leave a comment of your favorite part as you enjoy this, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you get notified every single time we publish a new daily vlog. All right, here we are getting set up. We got Lyndon here, Cole and Thomas back there, Sonny. Fun fact, Cole actually used to work here at Chick-fil-A, and we just found out that they had to terminate him because, why was it, Cole? Smoking weed in the bathroom?
Yeah, a little bit too much. The Lord didn't approve.
He was actually late, chronically late to work. So, yeah, they fired him, which is a smart move on their part. But now he's stuck cleaning carpet. So we're just preparing to start on the upholstery cleaning. We're going to do the backs of all those. And then across that side, we're going to do quite a few other upholstered cushion backings, and then of course all the tile and grout. This front of house tile and grout is a lot darker. It's got like a charcoal or either like a black grout, which is lovely because it hides the soiling really well, and that extends behind the counter. But back here the grout is actually similar in color, but the tile is a different color as well, and this is a very common color for restaurant commercial kitchens, which we've done quite a few of. So enjoy the show. Lyndon is applying the soap-free detergent or preconditioner to the upholstery. As soon as he gets done doing that, Thomas is wiping down the seats just to make sure we didn't get any overspray, and then he immediately starts to agitate the detergent into the fabric while Sonny and Lyndon set up the hoses for the hot water extraction. So we had actually 2 vans in use at this job. We had 3 of them on site. Their van is obviously right outside the glass there, and the other van is on the opposite side of the building. So you're pretty much looking at 1/2 of the dining room. So this isn't a super huge location, but for our local Chick-fil-A, it's a pretty good size. So this job did end up taking us about 2 hours and 15 minutes, which actually I think is really, really good time for 5 technicians and 2 vans for a job this size. Can't remember exactly the breakdown of how much we charge for the upholstery versus the tile, but I know this entire job altogether I think is just under $1,400. And again, we try to schedule this every quarter or so. Sometimes it's a little bit more frequently, and other times it's a little less frequent, but overall, I think we try to do it like every few months. So this, again, was sped up quite a bit. As you can imagine, we had the camera rolling, I think, for almost the entire job. So probably right at about 2 hours. So I had to compress a lot of time down to a very short period of time. And also did a little bit of research because I've always been a huge fan of Chick-fil-A. Not so much because I eat chicken or anything like that, but just because I think it's a great success story. As of June 2019, Chick-fil-A is the 3rd largest restaurant chain in the entire United States by system-wide sales. So they also have more sales per store than any other restaurant model. So, and I'll tell a little bit more specifically on how much more significant their sales are than the second number 2. So for those that aren't aware, Chick-fil-A was founded in Atlanta, Georgia, which isn't too far from where we are. And we're actually going to be driving through Atlanta next weekend when we head up to Nashville. Unfortunately, there is no other way to make our way to Nashville other than going around or going through Atlanta, which I just hate driving through there. But this is the other angle. You can see the other van at this point, and you can see me coming in and out. And at this point, what I was doing was beginning to clean the tile and grout from that door right there to the bathrooms, which are just to the left of that door, and also in front of the counter, behind the counter, and then all of the back of house. So Lyndon and Thomas took about an hour or so to do the upholstery, and it took me just over an hour in order to do all the tile and grout in the back of the house. And you can see Cole here, as they finished up, they started to apply their solution to the tile and grout as well. And as soon as they get the solution down, you can see Cole has the 175 floor machine, and then right behind him Thomas has the 15-inch counter rotating brush machine. And if you look closely, you can actually see me off to the very back right, and I'm using the spinner to do the hot water extraction as well. So S. Truett Cathy was the founder of Chick-fil-A, and back in 1926 him and his brother got a hold of $10,000 and started Dwarf Grill, which actually that's where the original Chick-fil-A sandwich was born, a southern style chicken breast cooked in peanut oil and then served on a buttered bun with a pickle. And then in 1967, the first actual Chick-fil-A by name appeared in Greenbrier Mall in Atlanta. And Chick-fil-A was actually one of the first fast food chains that did appear in malls. It wasn't actually until 1986, I was 5 years old, before they had the first freestanding restaurant. And then fast forward just 7 years later into 1993, and they had opened their 500th restaurant. In 1995, they had a huge game-changing marketing campaign when they started to appear on very large billboards with the famous, still very popular, Eat More Chicken campaign, which basically went viral. Fast forward just a few years later, and in year 2000, Chick-fil-A hit $1 billion in sales. Now, there's several things that most people would attribute to the fact that they've had such wild success. One of them being, of course, that they are famously closed on Sundays. So there's a lot of different controversy about this, but basically the downside is, the best they can figure is they're losing about $1.7 billion in sales every year from just being closed on Sunday. But you know, that's kind of a guarantee for every single employee at Chick-fil-A, except for the poor young lady that had to open up the store for us today. But other than that, they're all getting at least one day off every single week, which actually could attribute to better morale for the company. So another thing that a lot of people would say ensures the success of Chick-fil-A is the fact that most of the franchise owners only own one location, which is the case for this franchisee owner, Justin, and his wife, Marcia. So you can see we've actually just transferred all the furniture from one side of the restaurant to the other, and that's kind of the way we found that works best for cleaning these tile and grout floors in the front of the house, is just to move everything over to one side, apply our solution, agitate it in, and then do the hot water extraction immediately following. So the 2018, there was 2,352 stores. 234 of the Chick-fil-A stores appeared in malls, 264 of them on college campuses, and 73 of those locations at either hospitals or airports. From 2015 until 2019, Chick-fil-A was ranked number one in customer service. I didn't get the current statistic as far as 2020 or when that even comes out. We're still pretty early on in the year, but I'd be surprised if they didn't achieve that award again this year. So another kind of a cool fact I alluded to earlier is that Chick-fil-A on average has a much higher sales per store location than any other restaurant in the industry. So the second, number two in sales per store is McDonald's, and on average each McDonald's generates roughly $2.7 million in gross sales, and the average for one Chick-fil-A unit or store is $4 million in average sales. So again, I don't know what this specific location does, but that's just the numbers, you know, overall. Also, one other kind of cool fact is S. Truett Cathy's first business was actually selling Coca-Cola, and he would buy 6 packs of Coca-Cola for I think 25 cents and then sell them for a nickel a piece, profiting 1 nickel for every 6-pack of Coke that he would sell. So he was an entrepreneur from a very young age. He grew up just following the Great Depression. And again, I just kind of love the Chick-fil-A stories. I think it's a really cool success story. So here you can see we've actually finished the entire restaurant, and we're in the process of putting back all the furniture. What's funny is every single time we clean this restaurant, we say to ourselves, we should have taken a picture beforehand, and we fail to do so. So we're kind of guessing where everything goes, and we're probably going to upset some people that work here because we never get it right just perfectly, unfortunately. I really hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.